Hi everyone. Today on Hello Susan we're going to make a Christmas ornament. I wanted to do something whimsical because I'm going to do a tree this year that's got a lot of fake bakes on it. And I wanted to include this little ballerina ornament. This is what it looks like when it's completed. And that's the back. And I've got another one that I made here. It's got a pink ballerina. And that's the back, which is got a Santa Claus. So we're going to go step by step and we're going to make this. The first thing that I did was I bought some of these ornaments that you fill, and this is the low dome. So it's not a complete circle. Can you tell that it's not so big? It's right there. And it comes in twos, but I'm just using one. Then I took some cardstock and I printed out the print that I wanted on one side, and then I put cardstock in between to build it up to make it kind of sturdy. And then I've got a ballerina that I'm going to put on the back. Actually, it's 3 ballerinas. Okay, so the first thing that we have to do is, this is the ballerina. This is some roses that we're going to put on the inside. This is the trim that we're going to put on the back, and that's going to be the hanger. Let me move this dome out of the way so it doesn't cause that circle to show anymore. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is, this is the back and this is the front. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to put some glitter on. Got a bowl full of glitter right here. It's just easier for me to handle this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my glue, and I'm using Fabri-Tac, and I'm going to put glue on the roses and the vines just to make the background sparkle is all I'm trying to do. So I'm just following it around. Nothing hard here. But it just makes a difference because it gets some sparkle going. Okay, and then I just put glitter on it. And of course it's going to stick wherever the glue is. And that's it. Okay. And now you can see that it sparkles, right? Yeah, you can see it now. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry for just a minute. And then what I want to do is I'm going to take this ballerina. Now you can take these ballerinas and you can decorate them. You can paint them different colors, change the hair color, change the little tutu, the crown, everything. All I'm going to do is right here is I'm going to take this part off, and you just bend it and it just pops off because these are just plastic. Now I want to go ahead and I want to decorate her tutu just a little bit, and I've got a little bit of net. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put net on the skirt. Now you don't really have to worry about the back so much because the back is not going to be seen. So I'm just going to put this net on here in the glue, and it's just going to add some texture and just add, you know, some more detail. That's all we're doing. Okay, we got that in place. And you see, you can't really see it so great, but you can kind of see that it made her now have a skirt on. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to put silver glitter on her bodice and on her skirt, on the tutu, and on the crown. I'm not going to worry about the shoes. And this time I'm going to use this silver glitter that I have. Let me get it opened up here. Oh, it is open. There we go. Just going to put it over here. And then just to make it sparkle. And I want to put it in this little dish so that I can use it again. Okay. Just poke it down just a little bit. But now you can see how the ballerina is all sparkly. Okay, so we're going to set that aside and let that dry. I'm going to put some more glitter in here. It's getting a little bit low. Okay, so I feel like the front is pretty dry now. So I want to add some glitter. Let me close this silver glitter up. Alright, so I want to add some glitter to this side too, because I want them to sparkle. And I think I'm going to just do the clothes. I think that's what I'm going to focus on, is just the outfits. And the little crowns that they have on their heads. These are so pretty, these ballerinas. Okay, let's see. Did I get this dress and this dress? So I wonder how many of y'all are working on Christmas. I'm thinking that I'm going to do quite a bit. I've got some salt dough cookies that I'm making, and I probably am going to do a video on that. Not that you don't know how to do it, but just to show you how I do it and what I'm coming up with. And then I'm teaching myself from watching YouTube. Now, see how it's all sparkly? Cute, huh? Okay, so we're going to let that dry. And then the next thing I'm going to work on is I want to, these roses. I got the ballerinas on Amazon. They're cupcake toppers. I got these little roses on Temu. And I got this garland on Temu. You know, it looks really bright and pretty, but it's very neon-y looking. And when I ordered it, I thought it was just going to be pink. So it wasn't what I wanted for the project that I bought it for. But I saved it thinking, well, you know, sparkly for Christmas, be all right. And then I got this idea to do these ballerinas, and it just sets it off perfectly, I think. So it's real neon, like orange and pink. I don't know. It's got some blue showing on it. But anyways, and that was 6 foot long, and I just cut a piece off. So what I need to do here is I just need to cut all these roses. They've got little wires holding them, and I just want to cut each one off. These roses, I think I paid $3.14 on Temu, and I got 144 of them. I feel like that's pretty good. Sometimes I'll go to Amazon and look at something, and then I'll copy and paste the title and put it in Temu and see who's got the best deal. And most of the time it's Temu. Okay, so we got all those cut off now. Okay, so I'm going to move this bowl out of the way. And the girls go up and down, so I want to put this here. So the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to glue the ballerina in place, and we want to put it smack dab in the middle. Now the ballerina, you can glue the arms and that foot and the back of the tutu, or you can tilt it this way and do this leg and the tutu. I mean, yeah, I think I'm going to do the arms. Seems like, you know, maybe if there's more places for it to connect with, it'll stick better. Okay, I'm going to pick that up so I can see it. I want it right in the middle. Okay, I think that's right in the middle. So the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to start putting these roses around the edge, because I feel like there's too much space in between the edge of the dome and the ballerina. So that's how I came up with this as a filler. And this is 12 roses, and they're about maybe 3/4 of an inch big. I'm not buttoning them up right next to each other, but fairly close. And just keeping it away from the edge some, because I want to make sure that the dome can fit and doesn't squish them. And the great thing about Fabri-Tac is that it will glue all of this stuff, and it dries pretty fast. And you just may have to keep fiddling with them for a little bit. Let me move that up here so you can see. Just realized I wasn't in the center. I've got some other ideas that I'm going to do with these little ballerinas too. When I do those, I'll make a video and show you those too. So I don't know if I'm going to put all this on a pink tree or a white tree, but I've been looking at them. I've got a 4-foot tree that's pink, but I think that I really need a 6-foot tree for what I have in mind, because I want to make some cakes. And I want the cakes to be pretty big. And so you're going to have a bigger tree in order to accommodate that size. But just started looking, and I probably am not going to purchase anything till it gets, you know, September or October, something like that. Maybe the prices will be better if I do it earlier before Christmas. Okay, so see how I'm just going around in the center? I have to pick it up just to make sure I'm placing it just right. But see how that also just pulls in the area around the ballerina too. Okay, just a couple more. One more. Okay, let me just make sure that all the roses are where I want them. I probably have a little bit of wiggle room in case I got some a little bit closer than others. Okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, we're making handmade. Okay, so there you go. So that's what we've got now. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to glue the dome in place. Now I went ahead and left the hook on it, and that's the way we can hang it. Or you can make a hanger at this end and then use this to put a charm on. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and use this for the hanger and leave that at the bottom so that I can use that for a charm. Now I haven't made the charm, and I don't know exactly what the charm's going to be yet. But let's go ahead and put some glue on the edge of the cardboard, and I'm doing this just on the very edge because this fits right on the edge there. Just go all the way around. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and line up where I'm going to put the charm at the bottom. Super easy, right? Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, let me set it down on the table, and I'm just going to push it. and hold it until it adheres a little bit. So in my salt dough cookies that I'm making, I did some with food coloring in it, and I made some green ones, and I made Christmas trees, and I'm going to make another batch and do some pink ones so that I can have all this whimsical looking stuff. But have y'all colored your dough before? I've been looking at all the people making it, and I haven't seen anybody color in the dough except for maybe to put cinnamon in it, and that darkens it, or tea, to make it look like it's baked. All right, let me see if I've got it stuck in place. Looks good. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make this little loop real quick. And of course you just cross it over. It's at the ends right here. And then I'm going to put this at the very top. Right there. And when I printed out my images, I printed them on cardstock. And as you can see, I did 4x6s, and you can see that there's a little bit of white showing on each side. So even it wasn't quite the right side, but by the time I put this garland on there, it covers all that up. Plus, that's another reason why I'm doing this trim here, is to cover all that up. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and start putting this trim on. Just putting glue. Do halfway and see how that goes. Just kind of get it on there, and then you can come back and slide it exactly where you want it. See, because that Fabri-Tac has a little bit of give time. Okay, now let's put glue on this side. It goes pretty fast once you figure it out. Thinking of the ideas is what takes the longest, and of course the first one that you make. And since this is my third one, I'm getting a little bit quicker at them because I don't have to think quite so much. Aren't those ballerinas pretty? Okay, so that's what it looks like so far on the front. I guess you could leave it like that if you wanted to, but I see the paper here, so that doesn't look like a finished edge to me. But you could use anything. You don't actually have to use the garland. That's just what I'm choosing to do. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to let that set for just a minute so it's not quite so tacky, so I can hold it. Okay. Feels pretty good. Okay, so then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to put glue all around the edge, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and start at the top. And I'm on the plastic dome. And if there's paper there, I put a little bit on the paper too. But basically right there on that dome edge. And then that I'm going to do halfway. It's not hard to do at all. It's just a little tricky to hold it in place until the Fabri-Tac grabs it real good. But look at that. Isn't that cute? And then I'm going to trim this garland a little bit on the front so you can see more of the roses. I just can't believe that I found a project that I could use this for, because when I opened it, the package, and I saw it, it was like, oh, well, that is not what I wanted at all. But now it's turning out to be exactly what I needed for this one. Okay, so now we just need to put glue on this side. I guess this garland also makes it very forgiving too for whatever you did, because it's so fluffy. Just gotta pull it down a little bit. Sorry, I got out of frame again. I've been taking some time off. I've been working on my porch, redecorating it, and I have been filming some of that. So it'll probably be this fall before I show it to you, because it's, you know, it just got so hot now that I can't really work on it that much. But okay, let me get my scissors. Well, here's some. I guess I moved the scissors off of here. I just want to trim this back just a little bit, just so you can see this part better. Don't want to go through all that trouble and then not be able to see it unless you lift it up. I kind of made a mess, didn't it? I did it over the trash can when I was doing it before. Okay. Okay. So there is our ornament. And that's the front. And that's the back. Well, let me know if you make one, and let me know how you like it. Thanks for joining me today. See you later. See you next time. Bye-bye.